And so to provide an update today, a friend of the Yard Goats, Senator Blumenthal.
Thank you. Definitely a friend of the Yard Goats. I love this field. I love the Yard Goats. I've been here on so many occasions, benefits for Camp Current, immigration ceremonies, all kinds of charitable events, and most important, to watch one of the great teams in the United States of America play ball, which is what they're going to be doing tomorrow. And then here on the opening home day next week. It is a wonderful way to return to normal. Yes, it will be normal when America goes back to baseball, minor league baseball, which is a critical part of the American pastime, but it is in danger. There are 120 teams, like the Yard Goats, which is a Colorado Rockies affiliate, all around the United States, 120 teams where dreams are born, where young people come to watch baseball, professional baseball, for the first time. This literally is a field of dreams for countless young people who come here to follow their own dreams eventually, many of them to the major leagues. And we've seen it happen here in Connecticut. We've seen it around the country. Let me just state it bluntly. There is nothing minor about minor league baseball. There is nothing minor about what it does for kids. There's nothing minor about what it does for downtown Hartford or countless cities and towns where restaurants and shops thrive because of minor league baseball. But minor league baseball is in peril. These teams have not played since September 2019. That's right, September 2019. Nobody has played ball at this park. It's going to happen for the first time next week, but the teams have struggled. Many of them are on the verge of bankruptcy. We need to come to their aid. That's why I am leading a congressional effort, much as we did for restaurants, theater, live music. Baseball deserves it as much. And we are going to come to baseball's assistance. $500 million is far less than the $28.6 billion that is going into the restaurant revitalization program. But $500 million can help save minor league baseball. And let's be very blunt. We cannot afford to lose minor league baseball in the United States of America. Something at our core will be lost if we lose minor league baseball. And Hartford certainly can't afford to lose the Yard Goats. We love them, just as many loved the Whalers 24 years ago when we lost them. We can't afford to lose this team because the people of Connecticut love the Yard Goats. Everywhere I go in Connecticut, I see the pennants and posters, but that's not enough. And I'll just close on this note. Major League Baseball, doing fine, because their source of revenue is TV and ads. Minor League Baseball needs tickets and concessions sold, which cannot be done when there are no bodies in the park. So this ballpark will come to life. The Yard Goats are going to be sustained. They'll not only survive but thrive. But minor league baseball needs this boost. And it needs to get through this very tough period when it is reopening and recovering from a loss of a full year of revenue. So I'm really proud to be here. I don't know whether I'll be asked to throw out the ball at some point, but if I'm here throwing out the ball, maybe Jimmy will be out there to catch it. But it will be a great day, and I'm looking forward to a winning season. It will be a winning season for the Yard Goats. It'll be a win for the people of Connecticut, win or lose on the playing field, because the Yard Goats are great. Thank you, Tim. Happy to answer your question.
Yeah, Senator, can I just ask, it's been such a divisive time in Washington, especially since 2016. Is this perhaps something that Democrats and Republicans can all agree on? It's baseball. It's America's game. Is this perhaps a place you can find common ground? Because you haven't found a lot of common ground in a lot of other things.
Common ground has been hard to find, but common ground in our minor league ballparks ought to be right there for Republicans and Democrats alike. You know, I looked at the map. Minor league teams are in every state, small towns, as well as big ones. And there ought to be common ground, bipartisan support for minor league baseball. If you look at that map, you will see across America 120 teams driving a great sport in every state in the country.
And again, can you just reiterate how much money are you proposing for something like this? Because there's a lot of teams.
What I have in mind is, yeah, as a rough ballpark figure, I would say about $500 million to cover the United States as a whole, which is a lot less money than we spent on other industries and sectors of our economy. It is a fraction of what we spent on other less vital sectors of our economy. And, you know, I've talked to colleagues on both sides of the aisle. There's nothing that divides us about minor league baseball. We ought to come together and make a special effort to sustain these fields of dreams, because they not only unite us across party lines, but they unite us as a country. Where have you ever found Republicans and Democrats fighting with each other in a ballpark? They may fight about which team they want to win, but they don't fight about partisan politics.
For Connecticut itself, I mean, this is New Britain, but I'm not sure. Bridgeport still have a team in Norwich. How many municipalities can be affected by this?
In Connecticut, it's just one,
Just one?
the Yard Goats.
This wouldn't cover New Britain?
New Britain is now a collegiate, and so is Norwich, collegiate leagues. You know, but that's a good question, because here's what happens when you lose minor league teams. They convert to something else. You lose the professional. And with the Yard Goats, as with any other team in Connecticut, you can see some of the top professional players come here. You can come here to watch some of the stars when they're recuperating from an injury, when they are just trying to get some practice games. There are all kinds of ways. I remember going to Norwich when they were a Yankees affiliate, seeing some of the stars there. You know, it's Derek Jeter played in Norwich.
Senator, maybe Tim could talk to this too, but what ways would you want to see teams using the money?
Another good question. These teams ought to be able to use the money any way they want. There ought to be a lot of flexibility in this program. What we have found is, for example, with restaurants, the restaurant revitalization program literally opens today. Applications can go in. That program has been made flexible so that they can do repairs, buy inventory, supplies, food, literally almost anything they want to do, including payroll, obviously. So it ought to be flexible to the max. It ought to provide discretion on the part of the teams as to how this money is used. And it ought to take account of the revenue lost. It ought to be geared to the amount of revenue lost. And obviously last season, revenue was zero. So it ought to be targeted to the teams that need it the most and that have the kind of following and loyalty that this one does.
Can you speak to the difficulties of seeing people on tours? You've had to do other things creatively that might help you down the road, but how tough has it been and what does this mean?
Yeah, I mean, 2020, there was a lot of pivoting And even though that's a basketball term, we use it in baseball. So, there's, besides, if you think of our the business of the baseball, when there is no baseball, there's no fans in the stands, there's no, sponsorship, there's no tickets, merchandise. So it was a challenging year,
But what does this mean? I mean,
This definitely it means it's a relief that comes as we get ready for opening day to get back to the new normal, and it's a great thing.
how's it been for you hiring and staffing for this year?
Yeah, I mean, we're with opening day coming up next week, where our game day staff is ready, our front office staff is ready. It's great to see energy and people in the ballpark, and when that first pitch is thrown, it'll be exciting times. We'll get them out to a game, absolutely.
Yeah, I have to be in. It's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be voting on Tuesday. And I was thinking about going to Richmond tomorrow, but I don't know. Any other questions? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.